It is that time of the year. But wait, before you start to declutter your space, here's something that no one talks about. Before you declutter that space, think about how can you clean up your life first, right? You can have the most organized home in the world, but if your mind is cluttered, if those unfinished tasks are just ruminating in your mind, you got to do this, this should be done, you got to make that dentist appointment, you need to clean up the mail, you need to you have unresolved emotions, and that list that just keeps getting longer and longer and longer of things you want to tackle, you'll still feel stuck. You'll still feel cluttered, no matter how clean your space is. No one talks about that. People talk about clean your space and then things will feel good. Yes, temporarily for that moment. But what no one talks about is decluttering your mind, cleaning up your mind before you clean that space and make space for things that bring peace into your world. Yes, having a clean home is beautiful. You can have the most organized home, but if you're still cluttered up here, you're going to feel stuck and you're going to feel like you're drowning. So that temporary feeling of, oh my gosh, this feels so great to have a clean home, is only going to last so long because you aren't decluttering the thing that matters most, which is up here. Those to-do lists, those things, just truly caring for yourself. So I want to challenge you, and I'm going to show you in this video how to truly care for yourself, challenge yourself. And this is an easy challenge. This isn't anything difficult, but some tips and some things that you can do to declutter up here before and in here before you're decluttering and making your space look beautiful. What up, beautiful people? I am Dani Wigfall, your go-to relationship coach. I also happen to be a creative artist, mental health therapist, wife, mom, yada, yada, that list goes on. As you know, I'm not getting into that list. That's for the vlogs. But my goal is to really help you grow whole here, give you the tools to have amazing relationships, whether it's with your partner or family dynamics. A lot of times we don't have that growing up. A lot of times we don't see that. A lot of times there's relationships we don't want to emulate, right? But that's all we have to go off of. So I'm here to change the stereotypes. I'm here to change the statistics. So now it's time to do the real decluttering. Step one, if you haven't grabbed a notebook and pen, just grab one. Write it down. It's going to help it stick a little bit better for you. I don't care if you put it in your notes or you just grab something that's near you. Write it down. It could be a napkin, okay? Anything. Step one, take inventory of what's weighing you down. If you could get rid of this one thing, what would that be for you? A lot of times we hold all these different weights and pressures in our life that sometimes we don't even need to hold, but we're so used to holding them, or we don't want to let other people down, that we're holding all this stuff. We're cluttered. So take inventory. If you had a magic wand and you could remove one of those things, write it down. What's that one thing you would remove from your life, right? And then I want you to look at that one thing. You could do it with multiple things, but we'll keep it easy for the sake of this video. What's that one thing that you can remove? Can you remove it? If you can't remove it, can you manage it or lessen the burden some? That could look like delegation. That could look like saying no. That could look like saying not yet. That may look like, hey, I can't do all of this, but this is what I can do. That may look like, hey, I can't do that right now. It can look like a lot of things depending on what that weight is, right? So take inventory. What's weighing you down? What's cluttering you? What's cluttering your space? Your first home was here. This is your first home. So we have to declutter that first. Now, once you have an inventory of the things that have been weighing you down, one thing or a few things, I want you to go through that list and see, how can I make this load lighter? It may seem impossible. It's not. That's a mindset. It's possible. How can I make this load lighter? I want you to get creative with this. So look for your ways to make it lighter. If you keep holding that heavy weight, it's going to get heavier and heavier because life keeps happening and keeps happening. Take a stand for yourself and declutter. I'm not saying just 100% let go of everything. No. But if it's causing harm, suffering, or heavy weight on you, huge responsibilities, how can you make this load lighter? Truly ask yourself that. What does that look like? First thing the mind likes to do is say, nope, can't do it. Because it's used to holding that weight and wants to hold that weight, right? But it doesn't. It doesn't. So let go. whatever that may be for you. Sometimes in letting go, we have to face the fact that maybe we don't want that rejection. Maybe we want to continue to people please. Maybe we feel like we'll be loved while we're holding this weight. Those things are not true, okay? And if they are true, those may not be circles you need to be in. If you're only getting love by doing for other people in a way that's overextending yourself, reevaluate, okay? So I'm not going to go too deep. I go a little deep with my clients, okay? I told them for my therapy clients and my coaching clients, if you want someone that's just going to go, I'm not the one. I'm not the one for you. So number one, take inventory of that weight. Number two, see how you can lessen the load. Get creative. How can I make this lighter for myself? How can I clean it up? Okay. Number three, I want you to think about that running to-do list that you have either in your mind or just written down somewhere. If it's in your mind, write it down. It's going to start to declutter because we put it somewhere, right? Write down those things, dentist appointment, doctor appointment, all those little appointments that I've been trying to do this for the past year or years or months, whatever. Schedule them, okay? But write them down. We're going to take some time. I'm going to get into the scheduling later. Write them down. The things that you know that will be good for your health, good for your first home. We already talked about your first home is your body, right? Write those down. If you have a family, them as well. If you handle their appointments, it also could be mail or things like that, right? Write those things down. Get them out of your head. So that is a weekend, or it could be evenings, however your schedule looks. Everybody's schedule is different, where you take some time to do these things. Schedule those things that have been running on that list. Don't make any plans to go out, do all the things. Just take care of these things. Make sure it's a time where you can actually make some calls and handle some business, right? Have your adulting time so you can declutter. So many times we're constantly going on autopilot. Got to do this thing, got to do this thing. And we're just going out. We're on a hamster wheel, going after the next thing. We don't take time to be in the moment, okay? Take some deep breaths. Ask yourself what really matters to you. At the end of the day, what do I truly care about? And I want you to tackle those things. Because we can put a billion things on this list in your adulting week. But we have to prioritize what truly matters. And I want you to go down the list and prioritize this list. In your adulting weekend, evenings, whatever it may be, prioritize the list. I don't care how you do A, B, C, D, or 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever that looks like for you, and start knocking some things off this list. You're decluttering things that have been up here and have been holding a weight that you didn't even realize was holding a weight for you. And it just keeps coming up. Oh, yeah, I got to do this. Oh, yeah, I got to do this. So have an adulting weekend or evening. Knock those things out. Boop, 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 boop. And then you can reward yourself at the end of it, whatever that may be for you. Reward yourself at the end. Yay, I had a great adulting weekend or adulting whatever. There's tax stuff you still need to tie up the tax stuff. But we have those running lists that weigh us down that sometimes we like to avoid. We step into our avoidance because either one, we don't feel like we know how to do it. Two, we feel like it's going to take too much time. Or three, we don't have all the pieces that we need to do it. But sit down, dedicate some time to sit down, tell yourself you can do it and you can figure it out. Yes, it might be annoying. Get it done. Oh, I don't want to have to call us. Just get it done. Nothing feels more freeing. No. There's some other things up there. Let me not say nothing now. You're going to feel so freeing getting these things done that you have been meaning to get done, but they've just been getting pushed and pushed and pushed because life keeps happening. And it's going to keep happening. And a lot of times we like to pretend we can predict, but we don't have any control over that. Now, step 4, we're going a little bit deeper, okay? I want you to check in with yourself. Is there any resentment you're holding towards anybody? Negative emotions you're holding towards anybody? Okay? Look at that and see, what do you want to do with that? Do you want to reach out to the person? Do you want to work on letting go? Do you want to heal through it? Right? and start that journey. Whatever that may look like, it may look like you need a counselor. It may look like you need a coach. Coaches are great. It may look like you need to read some podcasts. Go on YouTube, find something that edifies you, okay? In that way, whatever it may be. But see internally, what are you holding on to when it comes to community and relationships that isn't serving you? Because holding that right there, not dealing with that, avoiding that isn't going to solve the problem for you. It's going to stay cluttered and it's going to stay a weight. What we're doing here is we're making more peace in your life. So when your house is clean, your home is clean, whatever space it is you're cleaning, you feel really good. But first you feel good in this home, and then you feel good in your surrounding home, wherever that may be. A lot of times we'll feel like we have to go through this alone. And I want to let you know you don't have to. Okay. So find someone that can support you in whatever internally is going on that you haven't healed through. Find someone that is very specific to whatever that is, or whatever you think it is. Sometimes what you think it is isn't really the root of it, but it's more of the surface level for what you understand right now. But have someone walk you through this. Get you a coach, that deals specifically with that thing. For me, I'm a relationship coach. I help people build relationships first with themselves so they can be whole, then with their partners, and then with their family, right? I really believe in creating strong families. A lot of families are getting broken up by things that can be managed, but we don't have the tools to do it. Why? Because we weren't taught it. We don't know it. You didn't come from the ideal family, which a lot of us didn't. And even when we did, things arise, things come up. Needs aren't addressed. Expectations aren't even mentioned. So anyway, I'm passionate about families. I'm passionate about couples. And I'm definitely passionate about women, especially creating their whole self-wealth, which is why I named my company Whole Self-Wealth. Gaining wealth in here first before you gain wealth out here online, or simultaneously. So now, as you've cleaned up in here, right? And the things that are affecting up here, when you clean up your home, it's going to feel so good. Okay? You're going to feel, whoo, oh my goodness, the peace, the freedom. I don't feel stuck anymore. A lot of times stuck is a mindset. When my people come to me and they say, I feel stuck, I let them know, okay, that's a mindset. Let's work through it. Why do you feel stuck? What is holding you? And then we navigate opportunities to get unstuck, right? It's just finding the right door and the right people to carry you through that door. That's it. A lot of times, especially if you live in America, very individualist society. It just is what it is. It's where we are, Other countries is more community-based. We need community. We do. But healthy community. If you're old enough, chosen community. Your chosen community can carry you through, but don't expect everybody's going to be able to support you with every issue. Some people can support you in some areas. Some people can support you in other areas. Don't expect one person to be your be-all, end-all, because you will end up disappointed. Don't expect them to show up how you would show up, especially if you didn't tell them. They aren't you. A lot of disappointment happens that way. Declutter. And we can go down the list. After you declutter that, I want you to go on your social media, your phone. Okay, this isn't my phone, but pretend I'm recording on my phone. Declutter your social media. Go through anything that doesn't bring you joy, anything that makes you feel bad about yourself. It could be something even good. But if it doesn't give you a good feeling, pay attention to that energy. Delete them. Unfollow them. Unbookmark them. Now we're doing a social media audit, right? Because that's going directly up here. It's going into your eyes and directly up here. And you're creating all of these thoughts, and all of these things are happening in seconds, right? And our brain likes to hold on to that negative. Ooh, the negative is sticky, icky, right? And then Miss Sneaky, I call that voice of doubt, comes in. It's like, you'll never have this. Or, oh, that can't be you. Miss Sneaky. Don't let Miss Sneaky talk too much. Anyway, I won't go too deep on that, but If you know, you know. So, social media. The one thing we're on a lot is our phones. Decluttering. What's not serving you? What's not helping you advance? What's not helping you have that growth mindset that you truly want to have? If it's not aligned with you, take it out. Is this aligned for your season? I want you to ask yourself, take inventory of the things in your life. Look at your schedule. Where do you spend most of your day? What electronics are you on? If it's your phone, look through your social media. What app are you on the most? How is that app helping you grow? It doesn't always have to be helping you grow. It could be all for entertainment. But take inventory. Know what that is. But especially take the things out that are not serving you, but low-key hurting you. And you don't even realize it. Even if it's that person that's like, oh my gosh, they have all the things and their life looks so amazing and so perfect. If you're not in a space to be inspired by it, delete it, take it off. Because sometimes we might be in spaces where we aren't happy here, so we aren't inspired by it. We're jealous. Or we feel bad about ourselves. We do that self-loathing. Oh, I should be here by now. This person's there and I'm not there. We get bitter, right? So if it's something that's making you bitter, even if it's a great thing for someone else, take it out. It's not for you for this season. And that's okay. It's not okay to take it out on people, but it's okay to deal with it internally. Now, clean up your first home and then clean up your space around you. All those weights you're holding, all those bags of clothes, all that baggage, let it go. You want to feel lighter as you're growing whole, okay? I'm going to be doing videos on relationship, but also growing whole and what that looks like. And you will also see me discovering what that looks like for myself. So some of the videos might be a little more vloggy sometimes. If you guys hate it, I'm going to do it anyway because I low-key do that part for me. I like looking back at my growth in that way. Now, I want to hear from you. What's one thing on your life clutter list, your first home, internally, you're going to declutter first? Okay, what is that for you? This week for me, I made dentist appointments for my kiddos. That was something that I've been wanting to do for a little while. I'm like, oh my God. And I did it, right? Simple as that. That was something that was living up here, that was holding a weight, that is important to me, something I value, that I had been putting off. And I'm going to continue to do this, right? I'm going to have my adulting week. I'm not telling you to do something I'm not doing. I'm going to have my adulting weekend and I'm going to start tackling those weights, so I can show up fully and whole. Okay, and I'm switching to Wednesdays of releasing videos. So before it was Tuesdays, but Tuesdays wasn't really working for me. It was like, oh, such a rush based on how my schedule is. So Wednesdays, I think that will give me a little bit more freedom and flexibility to flow how I want to flow without adding that added pressure. Hopefully, we'll see. Sometimes you have to explore what works for you, and that's what I'm doing. So thanks for rocking with me. If you got value from this, don't forget to subscribe. Okay, don't forget to like and share. That really does help my channel, and it's free. Like, it's not hurting you, and you don't have to pay for it. Okay, just saying. All right, I will see you next Wednesday. Bye.